So 3 ways to reimagine your communications. Now we're going to get a little more tactical
Yeah.
about like here are some things that we think are kind of critical as far as like rethinking how we do this. All right, and I think a lot of people have thought of this, but I think that the point of this about collaborating asynchronously, but the point here is also and visually, right? That if we have a something that we're working on, and that I'm sure we've all found this now, that like half of our team has decided to move back into the woods somewhere because why not? That's the world we're in now. And so as we think about like working asynchronously, now we have this opportunity to be able to put things in a visual way and say, hey, here's this thing that I've got, and that like my team, like I'm sure a lot of teams, part of Explain is in Spain, and we get so much value from the time warp, right? That I can do something at the end of my day, and then by the time I come back, they've had 7 or 8 hours to kind of chew on that and move it forward. And so that by the time I open that project again, we've seen that kind of asynchronous collaboration. And even though the timeline, we meet up for a half hour, that meetup is really valuable because now I'm able to kind of move things better, and see what it looks like. The next point, and this is a hard one for a lot of us, is break out of the PowerPoint box. And so what I mean by that is, PowerPoint is going to tell you the minute you open a project, right? You're going to have a big ass title, right? That is like the big thing that's super big, and your page is pre-programmed to have that massive title on the top of your page. And then it's going to tell you you're going to put some bullet points here, and you're going to have an image right here. One of the things that does is locks you into a format for your presentation that doesn't necessarily relate to what you're trying to convey, right? You're already tailoring your content to that box. And so one of the things that I recommend is think about how your template is set up in PowerPoint and break it. Your thing is, the giant title may not be the most important part of your slide. So think about what's most important, and probably the most important part of your slide is are those bullet points. So what if you made those the biggest thing on the page, and what if they didn't need to be organized as bullet points? So just and one of the things that I've seen and that you're hopefully witnessing right now is we're using a very non-traditional format to be able to share what we're talking about. And I think that by using this, there's like hopefully a different level of engagement, right? That as you see what we're doing, this is sort of a one-to-many type of broadcast type of format that we're doing. But at the same time, I think that this is a valuable tool in sort of being able to get people to engage and break in. The next thing that I think is really valuable is turn the pen on. Woo-hoo! So if you are using a presentation, I do this all the time. If you need to use any kind of presentation, just by having the pen active, one of the things you're doing is, like we said before, that level of engagement where now all of a sudden the eyeballs are kind of drawn to wherever your pen is making marks. And we'll use that in almost every facet of shared digital whiteboards, of presentations. Even in Zoom itself has a drawing feature that you can use to draw on top of your presentation. There's the annotate feature. And so I just recommend anyone, the tablets that are available are not expensive at this point. Like the on-ramp is much easier than it once was. I think that I started using a Wacom tablet in the 90s when you were 4, and so I've been doing it for a very long time. Those early tablets were a little clunky, like there was a longer learning curve. But one of the things that's kind of funny is I've got one of these tablets that I have pictured here, which I believe is this the one by Wacom? I got to make sure I get the title.
Yeah, that's the one by Wacom. Yep.
Yeah, and my son steals it for things like his math class. Like he's a 16-year-old and in high school, but he's been able to use it for some of the things that he does, which I think is kind of fantastic.